Well, obviously a very disappointing loss from the way we played last week, and basically it boiled down to really one thing: we couldn't stop them from running the football, and we went into halftime knowing that we had to try to get that solved, and they did a good job of stopping us from running, and they ran the ball. First half, I don't know, they had 40-something plays. I think we had like 20 or something like that. It was odd, and they converted a lot of third downs on us. They were a lot of third and ones, and they just kept the ball methodically. And second half, we said, hey, look, we got to go down and score some points to make it a game. We got to kind of tighten in. They made a couple big plays in the run game. Quarterback got out of the pocket the one time and got on the sideline and made a big play on a scramble. But they physically got after us. That's the bottom line, both sides of the football. Question?
Coach, I know you talked obviously about the size of their offensive line all week, and I know when Omar went down, obviously got a little bit tougher, but it seemed like you're keep the defensive line fresh, but tough just making adjustments, like you said, against that offensive line?
No, I mean, it's about gap responsibility. And we don't play in your gap. There's some seams. Runner did a nice job at times, cutting it all the way back, winding it back, and then it puts it on the safety in the box. But they did a good job. The runner did a good job, and their offensive line did a good job.
Greg Moore, Arizona Republic. Tough loss, obviously. Coach, you guys were terrible on third down.
Yes.
And penalties in key spots.
Mm-hmm.
You got gouged in the run game, which is
yes,
base football. So where do we have confidence that you guys can turn this thing around?
Well, we got to fix it. We got to fix it with the players we have. That's how you got to fix it. There's no one else coming in the building. And we got to find a way to fix it. And that's what I told the team. Going forward, you got to figure out who you are now, what you want to become, and where we're going. So that's kind of that's the bottom line. It's got to get fixed with the players we have.
Coach, over here.
Oh,
Chris Cartman,
yes.
Source. From end of the first half.
I thought we made a first down. On the fourth down? Yeah, I thought we made a first down. I was across and I wanted to get the timeout. Maybe I probably called it too soon, but it looked like to me we had the first down. So, and we wanted to get some plays in, try to get a play or two, save some time on the clock so we could just move the ball down the field and maybe get in the field goal right.
It seemed like the play before that, the clock was kind of moving before you guys weren't really hurrying to get up. You didn't use any timeouts prior to that. So just that drive didn't necessarily seem like you guys were trying to move fast and try to.
Well, we were trying to move fast, believe it or not.
And then
it didn't look like that, but we were trying to move fast.
Okay. And then the timeouts that you guys used in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
What?
One was about to be a delay game. We got a delay first half, and it got under 3 seconds, and I said I better call timeout because I didn't want to delay. That's kind of where that went.
What do you think about just the penalties overall?
At the wrong time, especially in the last drive. We were going, and we got a couple of them just went backwards, and that's just we got in the mode where to throw the ball, and we had to get it down the field, and we got a couple holding calls. That's part of it. You don't want that to happen, but it happened, and it hurt us. All that stuff, all combined, the running, the penalties, all that stuff hurts.
Coach, we saw you post game talking to President Crow and AD Anderson. Can you take me through that conversation?
I talk to him after every game. Yeah.
Yeah, Coach, we've heard about how this team's got better leaders this year, and you like what you have in the locker room. What was the tone at halftime? Because you could have been down worse than you were really at that point. So what was the tone your leaders talked to the team about?
They talked about, just what we needed to do the second half. And I thought we moved the ball offensively, but we stalled out, and then we got it to within a score. And then lo and behold, they make a couple they hit us on a couple running plays again and made some big yards on run plays. It wasn't passing, it was a run game. And you got to give them credit. They stuck to it. And the runner did a good job, and that's the ball game at the end of the day. That's what it boiled down to.
Coach, just talk about some of the missed opportunities you guys had in the passing game, specifically in the second half. You guys had those 2 drops and the 1 overthrow, and just talk about what that did to your guys' confidence.
Well, obviously, when you're throwing it down the field and you have an opportunity to make big plays, you need to capitalize on those. You got to catch them. You got to catch those balls. It's a different score. Catch the balls. And they were hard catches, but you know, when you're in a game like this, you gotta make those catches.
Herm, sometimes coaches during the week before the game get some sort of feeling that maybe the team's not ready. anything
No,
like that?
we're ready. I kept telling this team that you better be ready for these guys. Because they're a physical, tough football. And I said, they've lost in the fourth quarter and they've had some leads. I said, so be prepared all week. All I kept preaching, be prepared. And in the first half, it showed up and they got to come back a little bit, but we couldn't slow them down. We couldn't stop them from running. Bottom line, ran the ball on. Don't stop them from running, you're going to run into problems. And that's why they converted so many third downs. A lot of 3rd and 1s they converted.
Coach,
Yes,
what,
sir.
what was it about the way Evans was running the ball that made it so impossible for you guys to stop him even on obvious
Just
rundowns?
found a crease, found a crease in the defense. And, you know, you got to have gap integrity when you play run defense. If you got to stay level. If it gets out of whack, going one way or another, runner and the guy did a good job of being patient, actually, and the big lineman did a nice job with him, and he just kind of found the little seams and just kept going. And then he's a big back. He didn't go down easy. He had to hit him low. You know, he bounced off some tackles. Did a good job running football.
Going back to what you just said about you thought the guys were ready this week. Emory mentioned to us a moment ago that he kind of felt like the attention to detail wasn't there in practice this week. So is that just
Mhm.
something
There
that went undetected? with
Yeah,
you guys?
there was some things. Yeah, and you know, but here again, you clean those up during the course of the week. But they just physically dominated us on the offensive line. They knocked us off the ball and they ran the football.
There's a lot of parity in college football now. But in your 5th year, to lose a game like this, a lot of fans expressing their dissatisfaction.
Sure.
And so what's your message to them?
We're all disappointed. I'm probably more disappointed than anybody because I talked about it all week. I did as much as I could do in my power to reach the team and say, man, you don't fall into this trap. And we did. And I'm not taking anything away from Eastern Michigan. They did a great job. They deserved to win the game. They knocked us off the ball and they ran the football off. Well, I don't know if it's coaching. I just think it's everything. It's all of it. It's everything. It's coaches, players, we all, you know, when we lose, everybody loses. We got to do a better job.
Coach, to piggyback off that too, I know you said the offense that they have to make the catches, but it seems a few completions good, some running plays good, but once a missed play, did you feel the offense kind of getting down a little bit?
Just
to not keep drives
wasn't
going?
consistent. You know, we weren't consistent. You got to be consistent on offense. We could go in spurts. I think the first half we only had like three possessions. They had 4 possessions, I believe it was, and I might have scored on all of them except one. You know, so you can't do that. I don't care because you give them more energy and more life. And that's what they did. They capitalized on it. Those kids played hard and they played better than us. They deserve to win. Bottom line, that's it. That's football. You got to give them credit. Got to give them credit. They did a good job.
Obviously tough loss, coach, but now rallying the troops to open Pac-12 play with the 3 teams you start with, that's how do you kind of rally them together?
Well, I think we got to get over this. We got to look at the tape. That's ways down the road. So we'll worry about that when we got to face it. Right now, we got to get their heads. They got to go to work, come in tomorrow, and we'll start back at it. It's a tough loss for everybody involved. Fans, players, everybody. Not good. Period. Last one, you got one more right there? Nope.
Coach, right
What
here.
was that?
With their backup quarterback, Austin Smith, coming in the game in the second quarter, what adjustments did you all have to make to him on the fly, especially with his ability to run the ball?
Well, you made the point. He can run. He's a good runner, and he made a couple plays. One on a draw, 3rd and long. He draw and ran right up the middle on us. And then when they RPO'd it, sometimes he kept it, sometimes he didn't. But he's a good runner. He has speed too. He got on the edge a couple times and hurt us for running. You got to give him credit. The kid came in, did a really good job. Didn't turn the ball over. Did a good job of running the offense, and they were going to run the football till we stopped them. We didn't stop them. Thank you, folks.
We need to come out harder tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow, but next practice, we're actually starting tomorrow and figure out what team we are going forward. into Pac-12 plays. Thanks, guys.
Work, boy. Nah, I think really just all boils down to us executing and doing what we're supposed to do. Whatever play is called, just executing that play and giving 100% effort on that play. And I mean, we did that sometimes, and in some plays we didn't. In practice, I guess. I mean, it didn't connect. It didn't go the way we wanted. I mean, it is what it is. Can't do anything about it right now. Just got to improve on it going forward.
Emory, you guys talked a lot this week about not taking any opponent lightly. Can you look back at a certain period during your preparation for Eastern Michigan where you felt like you guys came up short in that?
I kind of feel like the whole week, team overall, we weren't really locked into the little bitty details that we usually are, and I feel like it showed up today, and that's something that we have to be aware of and realize, and actually just get better from.
Would you say you guys got complacent this week and kind of came into this one thinking you were just going to roll?
No, I wouldn't say that. I don't think we took the opponent lightly. I just feel like us as a team, we just weren't really locked in. I don't really think it was anything that had to do with the opponent.